Hello. I feel the need to make this video after listening to Nigel Farage last night on LBC talking about knife crime and listening to what his viewers' thoughts on knife crime was and the way to deal with it. Seems that a lot of people think the answer is just to arrest, straight up arrest someone for having a knife in their pocket or having a knife on them and send them to jail for 10 years just for having it with them. I don't think that's going to solve the problem in the slightest. In fact, I think they'll have a negative effect. A lot of people carry knives as tools. Most people carrying a knife isn't doing it to stab someone. I carry a knife and I've got no intention of stabbing anyone. Usually I just carry something like this or this. And I have done for over 5 years, and funny enough, no one's died. So I think that arresting someone just for having the knife on them isn't going to change much. I think you're going to put the wrong people in prison by doing that, and the prisons are already overcrowded as it is. So such an idea to me seems really silly. I mean, could anyone really explain to me why I should go to jail for having that in my pocket? Or why anyone should go to jail for having that in their pocket? Now, it's the intention that matters. If you have that knife on you with the intention of, well, just using it as a knife, using it as a tool, not harming anyone, just going around your business, then what's the problem? On the other hand, if you've got a, 6-inch kitchen knife down your trousers and you're hanging around in a gang waiting to stab someone, yeah, you should definitely go to jail. But in which case, is 10 years good enough? I mean, if you actually do stab someone, shouldn't that be life, as in you're not getting released? And a lot of people who are carrying knives for the wrong reasons, a lot of these people haven't really been taught about knives, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, a lot of these people, to them, a knife is for stabbing, that's all it's for. They don't see it as a tool. Like, so you and I, the viewer watching this, we all know these are tools. Even this one, which is more of a military knife, and it does look kind of scary and intimidating, I suppose it could be. But even that doesn't have to be used to stab anyone. I mean, it's in my collection and I'm not going to hurt anyone. I'm sure a lot of you have a knife like this in your collection and you're not going to hurt anyone. I mean, let's say for example, you're out in the woods. Now, a lot of these gangs in London are probably not hanging around the woods looking to do bushcraft or camping or whatever. But let's just say any ordinary person such as you or I are in the woods with something like this, which obviously for the most part is sadly illegal to carry, or something like this, which is a lock knife. What's the problem with that? If that's in your pocket on the way to the woods, what's the problem? So long as you're not taking out the knife, threatening people, flashing it around, shouting to every Tom, Dick and Harry that you have a knife, what is the problem? If I go out to the woods or somewhere up in the hills, whatever, with one of these knives, why should I be arrested for it? You're telling me that you think that I should get 10 years in prison for walking around the woods whittling wood with that? Or even this? Now again, if it's in a big city, I get your point. But even then, in a big city, something like this, or this, or even any of these really, they can still have their place. And I don't think you should be arrested for having it. Now obviously if you are known for carrying a knife for the wrong reasons, or you're associating with people who are carrying a knife for the wrong reasons, sure. But as I was going to say, a lot of people who are carrying these knives, they've not been shown what to do. They've not been taught these are tools. They've not been shown any skills at all with knives. They just see it as a weapon. What do you think when you see a knife? Do you think about that's only good for stabbing someone, or do you see it as a useful tool, something for camping, something that's there when you need it, get odd jobs done, that sort of thing? Because I know how I see it. When I see a knife, I don't automatically assume that's only good for stabbing. That's the last thing I think. And honestly, if you just look at knives purely for stabbing, to me that says something more about you than it does a knife. Because that's your mindset, that you think that's only for stabbing. And that's a mindset I think we need to change. I think people have a rather negative view of knives, which is not necessary. I mean, as I said, I've carried a knife for over 5 years and no one, no harm's came to anyone. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people who will watch this video will be in the same situation. They've probably carried a knife for most of their life and they've never once felt the need to threaten or attack anyone with it. Probably not even in self-defence. Now self-defence in the UK with a knife is illegal. You cannot carry a knife for self-defence, which is why I'm not talking about that, because it's not really relevant anyway. But these people, they've not been shown how to use a knife, they've not been shown how to sharpen a knife, not been shown how to maintain a knife. They've probably never been out camping with a knife, they've probably never went fishing with a knife. They've probably done nothing with a knife other than wave it around like they're going to stab someone. Now that of course can be problematic, but punishing everyone else for the actions of a few, how is that the answer? How is that going to solve anything? I mean, some people do carry some of these knives when they shouldn't be. Like some guys will carry something like this. This is a Leatherman Wave. This is a multi-tool. Some people will. Now it has a locking blade. Some people will carry it even though they shouldn't. But what's the problem with that? I mean, it's illegal and you can be arrested for it. But is that right? Is it right to be arrested for having that in your pocket? I mean, if you've got that in your pocket, the chances are you're not looking to hurt anyone. You're just looking to use it when it needs to be used. Use the pliers, use a knife, use a screwdriver, whatever. The blade's lock. Why is that a problem? Sometimes, I've read stories. Sometimes the police are okay with it. Sometimes you'll get arrested and you'll get arrested and it'll be confiscated. But is that right? I mean, is that not just a waste of police time? If you've got a guy in his 50s carrying this on a sheath on his belt, going about his business, having his cup of tea or whatever, what's the problem? Do you not think it's a bit of a waste of police time to arrest such an individual for having that with them? Because the chances are he's had it on his hip for a long time, and they'll probably have it on his hip for years to come. Until, of course, the police come and take it away, which, again, that's not right. And assuming you do just take knives out of the situation, they're going to use something else anyway. There's infinite ways to hurt and kill people. Banning knives, stopping people carrying knives, etc., increasing knife laws isn't going to change that. People will always find a way to hurt each other. Anyway, this has gone on long enough. Thank you for watching.